you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You have just had it by yourself, and let's move forward with our show.
You're gonna interact with me one way or the other, and then I'll set up a face-to-face meeting. And face-to-face meetings to me are most important because I feel like if I send you an email or if I text you or something, you have the opportunity to not return my call or not return a text.
That's right.
Not send back and not reply to an email. But if I set up to meet you face-to-face, you're gonna understand why we need to meet face-to-face, because you're gonna understand the energy that I'm giving you and where I'm coming from in order to make something happen. And I think that that is a product of all the recruiting I did, and you just never take no for an answer. You have to stay vigilant because you got to stay vigilant. If you don't, the next person is going to get what you want.
Yes.
So
right.
I advocate for our students, graduates, alumni, because I can, and not because they can't. I'm a conduit, if you will. I'm like that guy. I'm gonna go get it, but you gotta finish. I'm gonna give you enough to eat, but you gotta fill it. You gotta get full.
Yes. Lee, can you just tell us what kind of problems or what are the consequences of you being recruited in the military that you wasn't expecting that it can happen and you find it there, you know?
Well, I think with that in itself, at that time in my life, you have to go into something like the Army. You got to expect the unexpected. Oh, yeah? Because there's nothing that's set in stone. I mean, there are certain things set in stone that you know are going to happen, but also you'll be put in situations that you've probably never been put in before. So you have to use what you know and what you're taught to kind of navigate through it. I can say the one thing that really came out more so with me is the leadership and just being responsible, because it just doesn't, to not be responsible for something, or to be, when I say leadership, that includes like being on time to things you're supposed to be at and doing the right thing when nobody's looking, you know, so those kind of things, you know, and it's more of a conscious thing, because you won't do something, oh wow, I could do this, ain't nobody watching. But in your conscience, like, come on, dude, we can't do that. We gotta do the right thing. You know, so that's how sometimes, you know, but then just a lot of other things like being from New York before I joined the Army, I thought I had seen the whole world, because, you know, New York is a great place.
Yes, right,
you see a little bit of everything everywhere. But then I was amazed when I first traveled outside of the United States. The first place I went was Germany. And it was very different. And I mean, it took me a minute to adjust and, you know, kind of get used to it. Different language and just different culture.
Yes.
And fortunately, that was where I met my wife at. So,
oh, yeah?
Couldn't have been all bad. But, you know.
Oh, yeah?
So, and then just traveling to different places. The experiences I had when I was in Korea. Korea was fun. It was a real learning place too. Just a lot of places we went, you know, who knew, just coming from New York, I'd be able to ski in Austria just on a weekend. Yo, let's go to Austria, let's go skiing. All right, cool, let's go. You know, or go to Italy, you know. So it's just, the opportunities open themselves up, and that kind of makes you open yourself up to more, to understanding other people and the way they are. you're not going to stand pat and stay the same person you were before.
That's right.
Because I can honestly say, from the day that I joined the Army, which was March 25th, 1992, till 1 April 2014, I was not the same person that started. Same person, somewhat.
There.
But the one that finished was a better person. Not to say I was a bad person in the beginning, but for all the experience and everything that came with it.
Yes.
The end of the race was probably the best part.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be just right back after this break. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come back on our break. And right now, Mr. Lee gonna be telling us the last word of encouragement and advice to all of us out there or out here. Mr. Lee,
Yes.
you are very most welcome to tell us your last word and the advice for the people who are watching out there.
Okay. I don't know. Just always remain open-minded about everything, because I think if you close your mind to things, you're missing out on something somewhere. And being closed-minded kind of cuts off any kind of other solution to any problem. So being open to kind of explore everything and see what route would be the best is probably one thing that I would say. And then just also, a lot of people always say have goals, but and this is again from my experience in the Army, I don't call things goals. A mission. I'm on a mission to get things done. I'm not shooting for goals because people sometimes miss a goal and they're like, oh well, okay.
That's right.
But a different word puts a different connotation on
Yes.
what it is. And the intensity of which you go at something. Goals are people like, okay, I missed that one. Okay, can't check it off, but hey. But when you're on a mission to get something done, you're like, man, I gotta do this no matter what. I gotta get this done because this is what needs to be done. So, and always just, live life to the fullest and enjoy every day, because just with everything, you never know when it's your last. So take every day and run with it. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate having you on our show.
Yeah.
This is Mntv, and it is the TV of one of your boy. At Ohio Media School. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, bro.
God bless you.
All right.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miss Lester, and we are on Mntv. We're just trying to invite you to subscribe and like and share our channel. Just go on YouTube and you will see Mntv space